From the epic John and Oliver reunion we've been dying to see, to the writer breaking down trying to put it all together, these behind-the-scenes moments from The Flash's final season are surely going to give you chills. Starting with Amel's emotional Instagram post. Now that The Flash's final season has begun airing on the CW, it's becoming more apparent that the Arrowverse will soon be drawing to a close after 11 years. Thankfully though, the superhero drama's final season will go out with a whirlwind of cameos from characters throughout the show's history, and that includes Stephen Amell, the man who kicked it all off. The former star of Arrow has already said that he will be back, and he is now marking the end of the show with a touching behind-the-scenes photo. Stephen Amell joined the rest of the cast in posting on social media as they wrapped up filming for the series finale of The Flash. On Twitter, he posted a behind-the-scenes photo of himself and Grant Gustin. Although the image looks to be from an earlier crossover episode, it still makes me long for the good old days. But I'm also very intrigued to see what the future holds. Since Amell and Gustin have always shared a great bond, it was always a treat whenever there was a crossover between Arrow and The Flash. Now all we can do is hope that Eric finds a way to get the two together. Speaking of which, Eric Wallace shared some surprising facts. The Nerds of Color interviewed the Flash showrunner about his thoughts on the final season, and to say that Eric's response was emotional would be an understatement. He started by saying that they were literally holding back tears as they wrote the finale. Honestly speaking, I can already imagine a very emotional ending to this long journey. As hinted by Eric himself, he was then asked how he approached writing the finale, to which Wallace made a shocking reveal. Eric said that initially he had planned for a season 10, which would have been the final season, but the studio decided to end the show at season 9, leaving Eric with just 13 episodes to give the show a conclusion. According to him, he has about a story worth 40 episodes that he had to cramp into this one season. He also revealed that he had hope for at least 20 episodes in the finale, but I guess the studio wasn't on the same page. This caused some story arcs not to get the proper attention that they deserve. For example, the Red Death plot arc. Fans and critics have shown their concerns, saying that it felt rushed at points. So this is a challenge that the showrunners must tackle before the finale rolls out. But Eric also hinted at some nostalgia in the finale and told the fans to be ready. Could he be referring to the Arrowverse reunion? David Ramsey, aka John Diggle, posted a new behind-the-scenes photo on Instagram right before the season premiered, and it brought back so many memories. It showed him with Grant Gustin and returning co-star Stephen Amell and Kenan Lonsdale. To make things more interesting, Ramsey's behind-the-scenes post comes right after Amell's cryptic teaser. The group was dressed in their usual hero outfits, which hints at an epic team-up for a battle they'll probably all be in. While we're still unsure whether it will happen or not, it's Flash, and flashbacks and time traveling are a big thing with that guy. Coming back, Ramsey congratulated Team Flash and told the fans how much he appreciates them. He said that Team Flash has done an amazing job for 9 seasons, but most of all, he wanted to thank the fans for always being there for this universe. Ramsey went on to say that without them, none of this would be possible. Season 9 of The Flash begins a week after Barry and Iris defeated Reverse Flash, with a band of dangerous rogues arriving in Central City, and as usual, Barry and the crew set out to stop them, but they soon discovered that a far more formidable and lethal threat was threatening Central City and the Flash's reputation. So having the cameos and this threat surely isn't a coincidence, right? While it's going to be exciting seeing all the heroes together, there are some who will surprisingly won't make the cut, like Caitlin. But Danielle Panabaker is still hopeful for it. This season, Team Flash welcomed a new member to their ranks, while also saying farewell to a trusted comrade in the most unexpected way. At the end of the season 9 premiere, the mysterious woman who had been locked in the glass chamber Caitlin and Mark had built appeared at Star Labs. She formally introduced herself to Barry and the group as Snow. Now the chamber was made to resurrect Frost in Caitlin's body, but what came out was neither Caitlin nor Frost. Instead, a blank slate with no memories of her own. I'm sure you're asking, so what happened to Caitlin? Well, Mark reported that the OG Flash member is unfortunately dead. The team tried to undo their doing, but Snow decided to stick around. And Hartley Rathaway, a special guest star, decided to smash the glass conversion chamber using his meta powers just to be safe. Danielle Panabaker talked with TV Line about the incident. She said that it was surprising for her, especially so fresh on the heels of losing Frost. She also mentioned that she does think everyone's sort of forced to grieve Caitlyn quickly, which was largely due to the show's shortened season and decreased episode order. But when Panabaker jokingly said that no one is actually killed in these shows, and maybe Caitlyn will make a miraculous return just in time for the finale, honestly, I'm looking forward to that. Another thing I'm excited for is the West family reunion. Reunion seems to be the theme for this season. Emotional behind-the-scenes photos from The Flash Season 9 show the West family reuniting before the series conclusion. After nearly a decade on television, The Flash is ending, so you can guess how emotional the cast and crew are. The CW has been heavily promoting the upcoming Season 9 debut of The Flash, but the show's last chapter is being teased in a different way by stars like Candice Patton. Patton, who has played Iris since The Flash's first season, posted a series of poignant behind-the-scenes photos on Instagram, and one such photo was with her co-stars from the West family, showcasing the reunion in the 9th season. Considering this is their last season working together, the female protagonist of The Flash was seen giving a group embrace to Keiynan Lonsdale, aka Kid Flash, and Jesse L. Martin, aka Joe West. Wally West will be making an appearance in episode 9, directed by Panabaker. Showrunner Eric Wallace has teased the West's return was designed to be a particular and meaningful story for his return. And according to Wallace, the episode will reveal a side of Wally you've never seen before. I'm just so excited about this all. But we can't ignore that the show is ending, and Grant Gustin will be retiring his red suit. In a heartbreaking interview, the actor opened up about the show's finale. Gustin said that he's ready for it to end and that it's not because he has something against the show.
I realized on the show that it was always like a waster shot and that my legs weren't in frames.
He explains that it's like the feeling you get as graduation day approaches, and you think, wow, I can't wait to finish high school and move on to the next step of my life. Grant then mentioned, and emotionally, he's prepared, and so is his family. He went on to say that after all these years, he still doesn't know what to expect and that he has never tried to imagine the outcome. Since he has no idea what to anticipate from this final draft, he'll proceed with whatever script arrives in his email. Well, those were some of the most emotional behind-the-scenes moments from The Flash Season 9.
Could you please stop calling me Rookie?
Sorry, old habit from when I was your superior officer. You know, before he got me fired, ruined my career, destroyed my life.